I was going to make a video about the Overwatch voice actress fiasco or whatever, but this news is too good that I had to drop everything and talk about this. Yes, Highguard, the same game that was bestowed the title of Concord 2 by some people, has announced that it did layoffs just the day before this video is released. And remember, this game was released on January 26th, just a bit over 2 weeks ago. I did play this game at launch, and I did do a video covering my thoughts on the gameplay of it, if you're interested. But TLDR, it was a dysfunctional of a mishmash of too many things that made it unenjoyable, too confusing, and too boring. And so did many other people. You look at the Steam charts, and right when the servers went live, there was a concurrent player count of almost 100k, which is pretty good, which shows that the game being advertised at the Game Awards did its thing. But it only took just 5 hours for the numbers to plummet all the way down to around 30k, which is really bad for any type of launch. Normally, you would see it rise over the course of launch day, but instead it sank. People did not like this game whatsoever and would rather uninstall it, which I also did. I just uninstalled it that night of and downloaded Deadlock instead. And pretty much since launch for its daily peak, it was always around under like 20k. Then eventually under 10k at the start of February. As a live service PvP game, these are horrendous numbers. Journalists did not understand the hatred players had for this game. PC Gamer saying, Highguard is fine when you don't have an internet in your ear telling you it's nasty. They're even running defense for it again the following day. Highguard deserves a chance, so don't kill it out of spite. They gotta be paid for lying to everyone. Polygon also said, Highguard isn't dead on arrival. In fact, after 4 hours, I'm convinced it's one of the best new shooters in the years. Which honestly is a weird topic to talk about the day of its release. And then there's GameSpot who said, Highguard is a fresh enough combo that it could be the start of a whole new thing. And then they also said that there's some baddies in this game. Are the baddies in the room with us? The standards for good-looking fictional males and hot fictional females must be very low. And so you can see there are people writing the Highguard's Pharaoh 4s in their safe pocket and lying to everyone that this game was in fact good when all the player count numbers are low, the reviews are mostly negative, online sentiment is against them, and you would think that after Concord, maybe these journalists would stop doing this. Well, I guess we could probably expect the same thing for Marathon, for Horizon Hunters Gathering, or any Concord-like games that come out. And the final nail to the coffin is that Wildlight. The team behind Highguard announced layoffs that affected most of the staff. I couldn't find anything on how much were laid off or even like the size of the studio, but most definitely means more than half. And to be laid off only 2 weeks after launch is devastating, especially when they had this year-long roadmap of content that they were promised beforehand. I wonder if this roadmap is going to be changed. I mean, it has to be if they're getting rid of everyone. And it's kind of funny because it was only about a week ago that one of the Highguard devs, specifically the studio head, said that it doesn't matter how many people play the game. Whether it gets 1,000 people or 100 million people, it does not matter. What matters most is that the game is loved by the people who played it. And well, I hope that the 2,000 players that are playing this game right now are happy about this news. And so, with these layoffs, I think it's safe to say that either the server is going down or they stop updating the game with the content updates is pretty much imminent. I don't see them doing all that they planned for on that roadmap for even a couple of months. And so it's safe to say that this game is basically Concord 2. Live service, hero shooter game that no one asked for and no one wanted to play, despite journalists saying it's the best game. Don't listen to the haters and be a good human being and play the game. All these things happened with Concord, and it has now happened to its successor, Highguard. And I don't think that will stop with Highguard, unfortunately, because I thought that was going to stop after Concord, the original Concord game. And so now all eyes are on, unfortunately, Marathon. And I said this before and I'll say it again. After the recent trailer for Marathon, I think they fixed a good amount of problems they had from the first closed beta. And so I think people are going to enjoy the game for the first couple of weeks. I think it will pop off on launch day. But give it a month, maybe a few months, after the season wipes, the updates, the cheaters, the hardcore players, the sweaty lobbies, the amount of abilities and all that, I think the game will be unenjoyable for a number of reasons, and Bungie will be too slow to address all those issues, just like what happened with Destiny. I think Marathon will be a failure, but just not as instantly as Concord and Highguard. Then after that, it's going to be, I don't know, the New Horizon game on the chopping block. And then after that, I was informed of a game called Fair Games. I don't even know. I'll cross that bridge when we get closer. But anyways, that's all I got for today. Short little video, just like how short Highguard's lifespan was. Let me know what you guys think of the layoffs and what your guys' prediction for Marathon is. And lastly, make sure to subscribe to the channel as I try to stay up to date on any gaming-related content like reviews, news, and some spicy drama, such as that Overwatch VA drama that I gotta read up about. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.